Namaste, my galactic family. This is Angela Seen, Mohrephoh from umehllohzohreh. Pleiadian consciousness here for you. My galactic family, the Pleiadians came to me just now. That's why I stopped the film. Galactic family came to me. I had to stop the channeling for you here. But I'm now back. And where were we, my galactic family? We were in a frequency of nothing in the universe is wasted. Those brothers and sisters, my galactic family, those brothers and sisters who've been in the deepest hypnosis, so-called those brothers and sisters who were connected the most to Sasquatch, the Bigfoot, the true originality, the true origin of a human being. It's a Sasquatch. Sasquatch evolved through many years, my galactic family. But used to be a small creature. He evolved to be such a massive being. But always remember, there are always pair realities. Like I just look at previous. This is the second part of the film. We were just recording, my galactic family, but the Pleiadian ship came here. I had to meet my galactic family here. What my galactic family came to me here now and told me to give you a brief reminder, and we're gonna finish about the what we were mentioning in the first film. The Pleiadians came here just now over those trees right here. The ship was right here, over those trees right here. And galactic family appeared to me here next to the trees, those trees right here. And he told me to remind you, it's very important now, and spread this message as fast as you can with everybody. What I was about to mention to you, what the Pleiadians told me just now, a few minutes ago. That only a handful, listen to me, I'm going to give you exactly like Pleiadians gave it to me. Handful of people are manipulating and trying to control the masses by using fear. If it's pandemic, if it's any kind of negative frequency between one country and the other country, and what's going to happen between those two countries, they told me never, ever will nothing happen what happened before. It's finished, it's done. Like I mentioned in previous films, my galactic family, 2027 Matrix is dying. It's like a, whatever they feed those brothers and sisters who don't know the truth yet, and they are slowly waking up, that the Matrix and those handful of people they have last breaths because they are dying. The frequency of evil is dying. Why? Because the frequency of the evil have to be in balance. Compare how many people are awakened. If it's not in balance, they had to go. If they could come, if the darkness of the Matrix could meet us halfway, to come to the heart space, to meet us halfway, they could be still here with us and running the show, but in a gentle fashion. But because they're arrogant, because they're stupid, because the narcissists, the egocentric, the evil ones, they don't know about balance. They don't want to be in balance, because darkness, a pure darkness, have no balance. So So there's more, so much more now, brothers and sisters, that the balance, the scales are not matching with the darkness. And they're using, a Pleiadians just told me, they're using, they're dying. They take last breaths, But in those last breaths, they just want to, last time, whisper to everybody that between two countries in the world, something could happen, or new pandemic. It's all there are no viruses. Come on, wake up. Okay, there are germs, but it's all energetic. Everything is frequency. There is no physical world. You are a ghost spirit right now. Come on, wake up, brothers and sisters, wake up. But what Pleiadians told me is very, very crucial and important is that stop watching the news. Stop watching and even listening to those brothers and sisters who are mentioning something to you. Even if you don't believe that, tell your neighbors, your friends, your brother, your sister, your family, don't never, ever, ever, ever tell me nothing what you saw on news, because it's all science fiction for me. It's all lie, science fiction for me. Say this. Say this, very important. Say it. Because when you say it, you bring boundary, and more people will bring the perimeter, the boundaries. More you will, if you say it. That's the law of the universe. When you say it, you create a boundary between you and the darkness. When you say it to your neighbors, to your friends, to your family members, to your co-workers, don't never ever mention to me nothing what you heard on radio, what you heard on TV, on news, live vision. Don't ever ever tell me nothing, because more people are going to do that. The scales of the light are turning even for the favor of the light 100 times fold, my galactic family. That's much quicker. It's a last gasp of the Matrix. Like I mentioned, look at previous films. 2027, completely, the Matrix is dying. Finished, it's done. But we are in ground zero now. It's like a last breath of the darkness. So they're not gonna tell you nothing nice. They're gonna lie to you, because remember, the handful are possessed by the evil archons. The archons are already gone. They're finished, done. The biggest evil is already taken out of this dimension completely. What we're saying here, the leftovers, those who God Almighty chose to be in the end times, they are working for the darkness, but they are closest to us. The balance point. See what we're saying here? The balance point. So remember, my galactic family, that the more important thing is the balance. And there's so much awakening happening right now on the planet. And we are exactly in the eye of the storm. 2026, it's not year one, it's a year zero. It's a zero, ground zero. It's the eye of the storm. Look at previous films, you know exactly what we're saying. 2027, it's a year one. And that's exactly when the Matrix is completely died completely. So now, this year, there's going to be a lot of pushing of, remember what just Pleiadians told me now. Handful of people are laughing behind everybody's back. It's like they calling each other, different countries, the so-called politicians, the puppets. The puppets are calling each other, and they want to keep a balance of the negativity through internet, through the telephone. Like they calling each other, hey, look, say about those two countries, between them there's something gonna happen, or a new pandemic, or they imagine they creating anything to push anything to keep people in what? In fear frequency. But you are in a dream right now. So if you die now or you die in 100 years, what's doesn't matter. This is only your dream. Look, previous films, you know exactly what we're saying here. And by the way, that was a beautiful, beautiful ship. And first time I see a ship, you probably ask me why many times I'm collaborating with different beings from different dimensions. And probably in few months, or end of this 2026 year, or maybe depends on a time frame, or after March 21st, they will allow me to record them, and how I communicate with them in Pleiadian language. I will record that for you. They're gonna tell me a green light. Pleiadian Mohrephoh, you have a green light to record us. Few times, let me tell you, my galactic man, a few times I recorded them. There was nothing shown on a film. Even sometimes you snap a picture on a sky, in a sky, yeah, and you cannot see nothing with your eyes. But when you look on a picture and you look closer, and there's a UFO, and you couldn't see with your eyes. They can do the other way around as well. They have such a technology that you can, for example, you can see them with your own eyes, but you can try to record them, and your telephone, your camera is not gonna capture their frequency. I made a few films, and I realized, okay, they telling me they were gonna give me a green light when they're gonna come next time. I'm hoping by March 21st, when the true 2026 will come, then I'll be able to record Galactic Family and share with you, all of you, my Galactic Family. So, but what they told me, what they remind me to tell you, that only handful behind the closed doors, because they are controlled by Vatican, Zionist Jews, Vatican, the Masons, so-called illuminated. You know what I'm saying here, yeah? They're not illuminated, they're just calling themselves illuminated. But you know exactly what we're saying here. They are controlled by they're actually the leftovers of the archons who've been manipulating the consciousness for so many thousands of years. They're already taken care of. The only puppets left here, but we're gonna handle them. That's why, that's a reminder from Pleiadians again. They reminded me to tell you that only a handful of people, really handful of people, are calling each other and looking what's happening in the world by the frequency, by looking glass, if you will, by the frequency of looking glass. They doing everything to change parallel realities, to put the timelines, different timelines. They doing everything to pull the timeline is going to be benefit for them. But it's like, right now the light is so powerful that whatever they doing, it's like they imagine they want to pull this timeline for another timeline. It's like they throwing a rope, a chain. They pulling with the weapons of power to grab that timeline, and it's snapping like nothing. Because if it's not in balance, it's not going to work. But how was in balance? How come before was working, now it's not working? Because when you're born in free will universe, you came here as an experience, yeah? So whatever goes, you sign a contract. That's why no God, no archangels, no galactic family, no one could come and interfere and help all of you for so many years, because all of you agree to be hypnotized by the system. Okay, you want this experience? You go right ahead. We're gonna look over your shoulder, but you go right ahead. Have that experience. So you having that experience, and darkness knew that they could do anything. They could tell you anything. You're gonna come into fear like in a blink of an eye. And nothing is, it's like they could control pararealities, they could pull pararealities for mankind, timelines at will, because everybody were in hypnosis. It was so simple. It's like, imagine one being could have a steering wheel and he could turn the pararealities, the timeline for the whole mankind with one person. But now all the politicians, all who believe in the system of the matrix, who are still in hypnosis, who good brothers, but they don't know better, because they follow the number 666. It's not evil, it's just a materialized frequency of God Almighty in flesh, so-called frequency, energy, if you will. Because 666 is number 18, that's God's number. 1 and 8, it's 9, that's a frequency of God. 666 is not evil. It's only 666, it's a frequency of a 9, it's only upside down, downward. So see, before, it's pulling timelines for them was very easy. But more, because darkness, it's not about integration, connectivity. It's even darkness, even the dark ones who so-called been together for so long, now they are arguing. That's how dumb the darkness is, because good, light is integrative, connectivity, together. We connect the power together. But the darkness, they are running for some time together as a group, as a group. But sooner or later, the ego will come. You'll be more narcissistic, if you will, more ego, because if you're prolonging to be evil, it's becoming your second nature. So sooner or later, a lot of those evil ones start arguing, and because of their arguments, because they are arguing who's going to be the boss, they losing it, and like this, they are bringing the whole mankind into the balance point. Because they have to be arguing. The darkness, all of those Masonic, all Illuminati, all of those Vatican, all Zionist Jews, all of those beings who've been under control of archons, they have to argue with each other. You know why? Because there's too many brothers and sisters awakened. And the scales have to come to balance, because everything is balance point. And that's their karma. First, they will start arguing. And then they're going to separate until when they're going to separate completely, they become so weak that the flood of the light overwhelms everything. See how that goes, my galactic family? So it's only a handful of people who are arguing between each other. They're arguing. Tell this nation about this something evil. Tell them about this lie. Tell them about this lie. It's only a lies to keep everybody in fear. That's it. It's no rocket science, my galactic family. Spread this message. Scream this message to everybody. Even when you're going from your home to throw out your trash and you see your neighbor, tell him about this. More you're going to talk about this, quicker the scales will pull. It's going to happen anyway. It's happening right now. We already won. It's like when you're going to use intention, you're going to bring quicker balance to your being, to your pararealities. That's how it goes, my galactic family. So, those who've been in a biggest hypnosis, the reward for them, because they chose for this experience, and it's so hard for them to wake up because they've been believing in a lie for so long, and the system here. They've been in the deepest hypnosis of the matrix, but they were the biggest creators of worlds outside of their perimeters, because no energy is wasted. But they did it completely unconsciously. But the reward is when you do it intentionally, when you do it consciously. That's a bigger reward. When you use passion, the reward of creating new worlds, it's being in a passion of creating. That's the reward itself, to be in a passion frequency. When you're doing something and you don't use passion, what's the point of doing it? Anything you do, the only things you do, like washing dishes or your laundry or sweeping the stairs, what have you, anything. The only reason you get angry, frustrated, oh, I don't want to do it, because what is the universe reminding you? You're not using your passion. Those things, if you start doing those things, you didn't like to do them. You don't like to do dishes. You don't like to throw out the trash. You don't like to sweep the stairs. You don't like washing the windows. Quicker you will fall in love. Quicker you will use a passion. You lie to yourself. Lie to yourself. Be actor for yourself. Imagine your higher self is a Hollywood. Imagine your higher self is a Hollywood, and they're recording you, and you are the actor. How much more passion you will use in anything you do, that's how much reward you will have from your higher self. That's how the Hollywood, your higher self, will pay you. But by lying to yourself, okay, I hate to wash the windows, but I will lie to myself. I will start washing the windows with the passion. Even I don't like to do them, but lie to yourself. Keep lying to yourself until you will forget. The passion frequency will be like a rubber. You will erase completely the old frequency, and before you know, you're never going to be bothered about washing windows, throwing the trash, washing dishes. It's going to be in balance. And this is exactly what we're saying here, my galactic family. See the little things I'm giving you, little things. Just put them in practice and you'll see how perfect your reality will come. But important again, they will do everything in this year because the eye of the storm. It's the calmest of the calmest of the calmest of the waters are right now, and there's no wind. The ocean is calm. We are in eye of the storm right now. But they're using that calmness to instill a lot of, this country against this country, that country against that country, and a new pandemic, and all those lies. They will put all the lies you can possibly imagine on everybody right now. But when you look at all Pleiadian Mohrephoh films, you will know exactly what is a lie, what is the truth, who I need to listen, who I don't need to listen. Just look at Pleiadian Mohrephoh films, and you don't need to ever ask again who is telling the truth, who is lying to you, because you will know exactly if you are truly awakened that there's only one God and one message. And then when you always know that, no one can lie to you. Because even if you listen to some channelings, one portion is a lie, the other portion is the truth. But you're aware of that. The darkness cannot hypnotize you if you're aware of something. The only hypnosis comes when you're not aware, when you're looking at something and they're showing in symbolism. That's how they get you. That's how they hypnotize you. But when you look at the symbolism and you see all the details, all the details they want to hide from your vision, you see all of those details they don't want you to see just in a simple logo. I give you an example. It's with everything like this. If you are conscious of everything, even if you're listening to the channelings, half is a truth, half is a lie. They cannot control you anymore because you are too aware. And now a God, archangels, angels, galactic family can interfere, and they have a green light. Before they couldn't come and help. God couldn't come and help no one. Angels, archangels, galactic family, no one could come and help because you agree to come here to be hypnotized and have that experience. Experiment, if you will. But now too many people, too many brothers and sisters are awakened. And if they chose to be awakened from the matrix, If the universe watching, okay, now majority are awakened and you're choosing something different, now the darkness, it's not allowed to force you to be back in hypnosis. You see how that goes? Because God is fair, God is honest. The universe is in balance. In balance, why? Because God is honest. Okay, you can be hypnotized once, but when you keep jumping per realities and you're awakened and you extending that frequency of awakening to per realities, they are not allowed to block that, to hypnotize you again. Do you see how that goes, my galactic family? The same like they've been using, when the so-called someone died, they went toward the light and you have to go back. They've been using that technology to keep a lot of souls reincarnated and reincarnated and reincarnated. But it's stopped, it's finished, it's done. Halas, it's done. It's done. So look through all Pleiadian Mohrephoh films and you don't need to be worried about nothing. I'm telling you. So, handful of people who are arguing between each other, they will stop arguing. The last handful of people who try to control everybody in three-dimensional reality, they only trying. They're not controlling. They only trying, and that's a big difference in controlling. Trying to control and control is totally different per realities. They're doing everything to pull you to their timeline, but it's not working, it's not happening. (2027), those who are arguing now, the evil ones who are arguing between each other, they will not talk to each other anymore. They will be totally different per realities. They're not going to be visible to themselves in 2027. In 2028, that's a perfect frequency when you are the eye of the storm. All those beings who went through this experiment, for eternity, you will be eye of the storm. I am Renegade member, Family of Light, Systems Buster, available for altering systems of consciousness within free will universe on call. I love you, my galactic family. Namaste.